From USC to the ATL, the LA Dodgers and their hot-hitting bats traveled down south today to Atlanta to battle the Braves. Much like his Red Sox predecessor Ramirez, playoff Manny Machado was dynamite with an RBI double for the Dodgers. Machado would add a game-sealing 3-run home run in the 7th inning. The Dodgers win 6-2, take the series 3-1, and move on to the NLCS for the second straight season. USC safety Bubba Bolden is leaving USC. After originally starting the year with the starting job going into fall camp, the sophomore safety was removed from the team before the season for an undisclosed incident. Bolden revealed a couple hours ago that he was accused of making threatening remarks at a party with underage drinking. Bolden took to Instagram today to break his silence and posted a thorough explanation of why he decided to leave USC. Bolden said, quote, "Although I certainly did not expect to leave USC under these circumstances, I depart with my integrity intact and stronger than ever as I face a bright horizon." USC Athletics and the university did not offer comment on Bolden's departure. In the meantime, the 3-2 USC football team will continue play this weekend without the services of Bolden as they take on the undefeated Colorado Buffaloes. The Buffs come into Saturday's home game at the Coliseum with an unblemished 5-0 record and a number 19 ranking. In a weekend of ranked losses, 12th ranked women's volleyball was yet another victim on Sunday against Oregon. The women of Troy were swept 3-0 by number 20 ranked Ducks at the Galen Center, snapping their perfect home record in 2018. Although the Ducks won 3-0, the match was closer than the scoreline indicates. Each set was decided by 5 points or fewer as USC outside hitter Kalea Lanier led the game with 16 kills and setter Raquel Lazaro added 38 assists. Oregon's Ronica Stone and August Rasky led the Ducks with 10 kills apiece. The Trojans will play Arizona and Arizona State this weekend. It's not very often that those responsible for defending goals end up scoring goals. But for the first time in her 80-game USC career, senior defender Allie Prysock finally scored her first career goal in a Trojan uniform and yet another successful weekend for women's soccer. USC women's soccer returned to Troy this weekend to defend their home turf and number 2 ranking as they earned wins over Arizona and Arizona State thanks to goals from Prysock and Natalie Jacobs and saves from goalkeeper Kaylee Collins.
So coming off of Stanford last week, I think today was supposed to just be a reboot for us. Focus on our possession, especially up top. It was a lot of, even in our scout, a lot of focusing on ourselves rather than the other team. Just kind of to get us rebooted and get our confidence back.
Samantha Bruder also scored her first career goal as a Trojan this weekend in a 3-1 win over the Sun Devils. Head coach Gudani McAlpine spoke with Annenberg Media after Sunday's victory. McAlpine emphasized that while his team earned the W, the women of Troy will need to improve against what he describes as a dangerous 10-2-0 Washington State team this weekend.
Well, obviously Washington State's having a great year, and so anytime you go on the road into an environment like that where a team is feeling confident and they're feeling very, very good at home, we've got to make sure we lock in and really focus because, you know, like I said, the 2 areas that are not as good today are the 2 areas that we're going to have to be very, very locked in on up there because they can score and they can defend, and teams like that are very, very dangerous.
In the heart of Pac-12 play, the women of Troy will travel to Pullman, Washington to clash with the Cougars on Saturday night. Now transitioning from the back of the net to the bottom of the cup, we send it to Sam Scalbania for the first edition of Sam and Suh. Sam, what do you got for us?
Thanks, Keith. Well, Justin Suh is only 5 foot 8 inches tall, but absolutely wallops the golf ball, usually over 330 yards. I chatted with the number 2 amateur in the world about his winning swing.
I guess for me, I try to keep it very minimal in relation to what could go wrong, and that's why being nice and short and more focused on the target rather than the swing helps me.
Suh tries not to analyze his swing, so I will. Focus on his wide base. That's where his power comes from. So you see he's going to bring the ball back, or the club back, with straight arms, straight left arm. He keeps it slow. He has a short backswing, and he does something really nice that, Shakira would be very proud of. He brings those hips beautifully through, allowing for immense power to come through at the release with his hands. And Suh plans to use this swing for his lofty goals this season.
Winning nationals, as both individually and as a team, but to get the first national win as a team, that would be a true hallmark of USC men's golf.
Suh hopes to end his SC career with a bang this year, but don't be shocked when you see him tearing it up in the pros someday. Keith?
Thanks so much, Sam. It's officially official, folks. The undefeated season is no more. USC men's water polo lost a tough game on the road Saturday, 13-11 to the Stanford Cardinal. And although the Trojans might have been down, they are not out of postseason contention after a big 16-5 rebound win over San Jose State on Sunday. The Trojans will face off against Air Force in the Mountain Pacific Invitational this Friday. The rest of the Trojans' matchups for the weekend have yet to be decided, but USC could potentially play the likes of UCLA, Stanford, and Cal. Exciting stuff, guys. Really excited to see the USC Trojans back at the Coliseum.
Me as well.
And Parents Weekend. It's going to be very exciting. Thank you, Keith.